This video is all about the idiosyncrasies of starting a pre-computerized diesel step van. Mine is from 1996. I think it's around 2000, 2002 that Grumman Olson and Freightliner decided to put in all of the computer equipment to where you get, what is it called, like an ECM or whatever under the dash to make it all computerized. Anyway, that makes it way easier to start. So think of it like a 1950s or 60s gas motor vehicle. The step van is a little bit like that as far as the startup treatment, and it's a little bit specialized. I'm actually making this video for my brother-in-law Merrill so that he knows how to start and move the step van while I park it when I'm out of the country. And he's out of town right now, so I can't do this one-on-one. So this video is for my brother-in-law Merrill, and also for all of you out there in YouTube land, so you can sort of see what's involved with my step van. And this is stuff that I've learned over time, and tips from some friends and from comments from you. I have two keys for my step van. The gold key here, this one here is actually for the doors, and the notch goes up on the side doors and the notch goes down for the back door. And then this key here is for the ignition. So anyway, that's what you need to know. So the startup procedure is basically turn the key, wait for the yellow light on the dash, which the fuse symbol, to go off. Then you turn the key. You want to give it light amount of fuel, extra fuel, just enough to keep it running, but not so much to create billowing clouds of smoke. And then you let it run for maybe 30 or 40 seconds. It'll start running much smoother. And then you can sit there if you want with your foot on the pedal for a minute or two, but you can let it drop down to where your foot is not on the pedal and go do some activities and let it run for anywhere from 2 minutes up to 7 or 8 minutes, depending on the outside temperature. If it's a cold day, like 50 degrees or less, you'll probably want to let it run 5 to 10 minutes. If it's like 40 degrees, it's probably going to be really difficult to start, and you're going to need to run close to 10 minutes before you try driving it. If it's 60, 70 degrees outside, you can probably let it run 2 minutes and you're good to go. Now what happens if you don't wait for the engine to get warmed up is, for whatever reason, the transmission does not want to shift out of first into second until the engine is sufficiently warm. There's some sort of governor, there's some sort of controller in there that's not going to let it shift out of second until the engine is warm enough. So you want to let it run long enough, otherwise when you try to drive it, it's not going to shift into second. You're going to be stuck in first, driving around until the engine warms up enough for it to be able to shift into second. One of the tips from my viewers is to not pump the pedal while you're trying to start it, which is what you do for a gas engine. With the diesel, you want to give it a light amount of gas, maybe 10 or 15% above nothing, so that it has a little bit more fuel, but not so much to where you see big billowing clouds of smoke coming out the back. I've mentioned in past videos that there is no park position. This is automatic transmission, but there's no park. And the step van, like some other vehicles like buses, has only a neutral. So you want to put it in neutral and engage the emergency brake before you turn off the engine. So you don't want to have your foot on the actual brake pedal when you turn the engine off. Otherwise, it's going to make a loud, like screeching kind of noise, which is actually the emergency air compressor trying to engage the brakes to give you some sort of power brakes for emergency stopping. So really, when you come to a stop, you put it in neutral, you have your foot on the brake, you engage the emergency brake, and then you let your foot off the pedal, then you turn it off. So that's the shutdown procedure. This is the parking brake, and this is the engaged and on position. You shift it downward to release it. That's pretty much all you need to know about starting and stopping my particular step van. I'll link above the technical specifications for my step van if you want to check those out. Thank you for watching. Savor the moment. See you next video.